All right, number 9 on the pretest, we're looking for the slope of the line, negative 4x plus 8y equals 6. How do you know how to do this? How are you going to find the slope of the line? Who wants to offer that up? Lucas, do you want to tell us how to find the slope of that line?
I will.
Okay, Ian, do you know how to find the slope of the line?
I do.
Okay, Chase, let's have Chase.
You have to y equals mx plus.
Right, y equals mx plus b, because if you put it in that form, you'll have your m, you'll have your b. So what do we do, Joe, to put this in y equals mx plus b form?
Y minus 4x plus 6.
You're going to add 4x to both sides. Go ahead and add 4x in blue to both sides. Add 4x to both sides, you're going to get 8y equals 4x plus 6. And now we're almost done, but we're not quite there. What do we do now, Jake? Divide both sides by 8. Go ahead and divide by 8. And we've got y equals 4 over 8x plus 6 over 8. We're not quite done. What do we need to do on both sides? We want to make sure our fractions are in lowest terms. So Sarah, what do we put now? Instead of 4/8, put 1/2 x. 1/2 x. This 4 over 8 is going to become 1/2. 1/2 x plus 3 over 4. Okay?
Yeah.
1/2 x plus 3 over 4. Everybody see that? And now the slope is what? We've got y equals 1/2 x plus 3/4. If you write y equals mx plus b right underneath it, then it's pretty obvious that m equals 1/2. M equals 1/2. Put m equals 1/2 in a big box, and that's your answer for number 9 on the pretest. M equals 1/2, and you're done with number 9 for the pretest. So we're going to write an equation of the line that passes through the point -3, -5 with slope 1. Now, we've been using y equals mx plus b continually, but in this question, not that we can't use it, but it might be easier to use a different form of the equation. What do you think that might be for this one? Ask yourself, what are we given in this question? We're given what? Anybody know? Hazel? David? What are we given? Read it. If you don't know what we're given, then read it again. Try to understand what we're given. We're given the point -3, -5 with slope 1. Okay, so which form of the equation? Yes, Mike.
Y equals mx plus b?
No, because we're not given the b. Yes.
So the y minus y1 equals x, equals m times x minus x1.
Excellent. Point slope form of the equation. Write it down. Chase, David. David, write it down. Let's go. Y minus y1 equals m onto x minus x1. Y minus y1 equals m onto x minus x1. Now, Ashley, what is your x1, y1, and what is your m? Given the point -3, -5. Yeah? So which one is your x1, y1, and which one is your m? Sandy?
Well, M is 1.
M is 1, good. So you can replace m with 1. And what about x1, y1? Your -5 is going to be y1, and your -3 is going to be x1. So now we go ahead and rewrite it, plugging those things in there, okay? Write it down, David, please. Y plus 5 and x plus 3. Why is it y plus 5 and x plus 3? Anybody know? The negative times the negative is a positive, so there you go. Y plus 5 equals 1 onto x plus 3. Now, are we done with this question or what? What are they asking you? Are we done with this?
No.
Well, what do they ask you?
Oh yeah, we are done. No.
Yeah, we are. Write an equation of a line that passes through the point.
Yeah.
Do we have to write mx plus b form?
No.
No. We're done. Put a box around it and we're done.
How's that equation of a line?
That's an equation of a line. It doesn't say what form we have to put it in. All right, if we want to put it in y equals mx plus b, we can, and let's do it, just so you see how to do it. We have to distribute the 1, and we'll get y plus 5 equals x plus 3, and then we have to subtract 5, and then we'll have it in y equals mx plus b form. Okay, so y minus 5 on both sides, and you'll get y equals x minus 2. Y equals x minus 2. Again, that is an equation of the line, and so is this. If they don't specify, you can leave it either way, but you have to actually write it as an equation, okay? We're doing number 17 on your pretest, and it runs as follows. Find the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line passing through the point -6, 5, and parallel to the line y equals -2x plus 3. First of all, what do we know about parallel lines? Gian.
The slope has to be the same.
The slope is the same. So, how do we use that information in this question? How do we use that information in this question? Which form of the line are we going to use? What are the different forms of the lines that are useful to you? What's our next step? That's fine, but do we really want to put it in y equals mx plus b?
No.
No, we don't really need to. We could, but what would be easier?
Oh, okay, look.
Yeah, okay, Mike. But let's hear from someone else. Kiwana. What about what form of the equation will we put this in? Let's find m and b. Y equals negative 2x plus 3. So Jessica, what's our slope? M equals what? Negative 2. Okay? Y equals m equals negative 2. Now that is the slope of the parallel line. Joe, what form of the equation, what information do we have here? Okay, we've got x and y and we have the slope. Good job. We have a point and we have the slope. So where do we use this point? This is x and y, so put x and y here. X, y. And where do we put it? You have a point and you have the slope. So which form of the equation do you use? Yes, Jamie?
You have to put in the points to y equals mx plus b form, taking the slope. And you have to find what b equals.
Okay. That's one way to do it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. But there's a quicker way. Using which form of the equation? You're given what? Lucas, what are you given?
2 points.
You're given a point and you're given the slope. So you know the slope-intercept form of the equation is y equals mx plus b. What's the other form of the equation? Slope. This is slope, intercept. Right? Write this down. M and B. But that's not what you're given here. You're given a slope and a point. What's the other form of the equation? Mike said it earlier. What is it? It's 2 days before the test. You need to know this. Chase.
It's y minus y1.
There you go.
And equals m x minus x.
Good. And that's called the what?
The slope something.
It's called the point slope form. Check it out. You've got your two most useful equations are the slope-intercept form and the point-slope form. And you guys need to know those, like, you know, inside out before Thursday. You can't just rely on this one. And that's what's happening. You're only relying on this one, and you need to be able to know both of them. Why do you think it's so important to know the second one? Well, look at this question. What are they giving you? Again, Jonathan, what are they giving you? They're giving you a point, and you're giving you the slope. So how are we going to use it? Which form of the equation are we going to use? Which form of the equation are we going to use? So, point-slope form of the equation, please write it down. Y minus y1 equals m onto x minus x1. Now do it. Let's see you guys do it. So, once you go ahead and do this, y minus what, Lucas? What's going to go in for x1 and y1? Y minus 5 equals negative 2 onto x plus 6, right? But we're not done because what did they ask you to do? Find the slope-intercept form of the equation, right? Is this the slope-intercept form of the equation? No, it's not. So what do we have to do to put this in slope-intercept form? Distribute the negative 2 onto x and the negative 2. So it's y minus 5 equals negative 2x minus 12, right? All right, so put a box around it, Katie. Are you done, Jake? Jake, you done? Robert? Can you go see why they're having a problem back there? Okay, any questions at all?